Hey, thanks for tuning in. Today, I want to talk about a couple of different topics. First of all, I want to talk about the direction of the channel, and I really want to get your input on what we cover here, what we talk about. And so please stick around and give me your thoughts on that. What should we be talking about on this channel? What's important? What kind of things would you like to hear? What kind of things would you like to see? And then on this walk, on this hike we're doing today, I've got the adventure pups, and I think we need to talk about the direction of this country. Talk about what we used to be as a country and where we're headed. And I think together, all of us, we need to be a team, and we need to figure out how we get back on track together. So we're up here at the saddle. Behind me, you can see North Star Peak. And then over on the other side is Mount Quandary, one of the 14ers here in Colorado. That big cloud bank back there is grumbling a little bit. So I got to make this kind of quick and maybe get off this peak. Could be dangerous. I want to talk about the first topic, which is the direction of this channel. I know that it's gotten a little negative. I feel it myself, trust me. I've had to take a break on multiple occasions just because it's kind of toxic, you know? But every day I get up, get on the computer, and then I see the news, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. We've got troops in Washington, D.C., the president, and then it's not just the president and the Republicans, it's also you guys, the voters. Some of you are okay with this. You're okay with the federal government using military against U.S. population. How is that okay? How would you feel if you're in Alabama? How would you feel if Biden went down there with the U.S. military and the guns and started walking your streets? How would you feel about that? It's not right. It's not okay. We are broken as a nation. This is not who we are. This is not who we want to be. And so, you know, we got to talk about politics. We got to talk about the direction of the country. We also got to talk about mental health. We got to talk about, like, especially with men. Like, I can't really talk on the subject of mental health for women, but for men, young men today are lost big time. And we got to talk about it. And it's not just the young men, even the older men, you know, it's getting more and more bitter and detached from society. So I want to talk about that. I want to talk about music. I love music. I love playing music. I'm a musician here in Breckenridge, and if you really want to get me pumped up, let's talk about some music, because that's one of my passions. I love being outdoors. I love skiing. So I really want to hear from you guys what kind of things you'd like to talk about on here. And, you know, I really want this to be a community. I want us to be a family of concerned citizens who are doing what they can to save this country. Got off that peak as quickly as we could. Probably stayed up there a little longer than we should have. There was some lightning, but we got our butts down here and got out of the rain. There was a little bit of freezing rain in that rain, so summer is over up here in the mountains. It's snow will not be far away. I want to talk a little bit about the second item, which is, you know, the future of this country. As I've mentioned in the description of the channel, I'm a Gen X dad. I grew up in the 80s, 70s and 80s, and during this whole time, the United States has really flourished. You know, my whole life, the Democrats and the Republicans have been fighting with each other about fiscal policy, social policy, and everything else. But the entire time, they had a shared vision for where the country was going and what the country stood for. This country stood for freedom. This country stood for democracy. And we've said, hey, we are the shining city on the hill. I mean, that was Reagan's statement, but Obama, Carter, Clinton, you name it, everybody has made the case that our experiment in democracy is an example to the world of what happens when you allow the people to govern themselves. And it's an incredible message because look at the growth, look at our economy, look at our prosperity, look at the overall opportunity for whether you're a man or a woman or black or white. I mean, sure, there's still some inequality in our country, but we have come a long way. And that's because we had a vision for the future. We had a vision for what this country could be and what it would stand for. And we wanted to be an example to all those other countries out there that had dictatorships, authoritarian regimes, and who suppressed their people, who used violence, used their military against their people. And now we are doing that. Now we are doing that. And it's not okay. It is not okay because if we backslide into autocracy, if we backslide into fascism, our country is done. And that really makes me very angry, and it should make you very angry as well, because I have a daughter, okay? And all of the benefits that I had growing up, my daughter should have those same opportunities. And you should have those same opportunities. And your children should have those opportunities. Your grandchildren should have those opportunities. And those of us that are here today, those of us who know what America used to stand for, we owe it to the next generation to stand up. If you don't, you are a coward. If you don't stand up, and I'm looking at you, I'm looking at every member of my family, I'm looking at every one of my friends, all of you. If you let this happen to our country, you are a coward. You are a coward. And it's not okay. So that's why I'm doing this channel, okay? That's why this channel exists, is that we need to fight. And if we got to fight with guns, we'll fight with guns. If we need to fight with words, we'll fight with words. If we need to fight with lawyers, we'll fight with lawyers. I will never stop fighting. And if we lose this fight, shame on you and shame on me. It's not okay. It's not okay. And you got to stand up. And I'm not going to tell you what form your resistance should take. This is the form that my resistance is taking. I am going to speak out, and I'm not going to stop speaking out until we get our country back. I'm not saying that the Democrats need to be in charge. I mean, I vote that way. That's what this channel is going to be about. That's what I stand for, and I hope you stand for that too. And together, maybe we can get our country back to the way it used to be.